Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. It is December 26, 2024. We're looking at Proverbs chapter 26 today. Proverbs 26, verse 9 and verse 11. Proverbs 26, verse 9, a proverb in the mouth of a fool is like a stick with thorns. Except for I wasn't going to read that one. I was going to read verse 7. So that one's a good one too, though. Verse 7, a proverb in the mouth of a fool is like lame legs that hang limp. Might as well read 7 through, right? A proverb in the mouth of a fool is like lame legs that hang limp. Give honor to a fool is like binding a stone in a sling. A proverb in the mouth of a fool is like a stick with thorns, brandished by the hand of a drunkard. The one who hires a fool hires those passing by, like an archer who wounds everyone. A dog returns to its vomit, so a fool repeats its foolishness. As I was reading that this morning, I was thinking to God, I was saying, what are you trying to say? How can I say this in a modern way? And as I was thinking that, something came into my mind. Maybe this will speak to you a little bit differently. A piece of wisdom spoken by a fool is the same thing as cash in the hands of an addict. It has the ability to be very useful, life-changing even. But without accountability, without direction, without purpose, without desire, it's just going to be death. Solomon reminds us in verse 11, a dog returns to its vomit, so a fool repeats its foolishness. The only way to not repeat your foolishness is to find a way out. There's only one way out. It is really simple, and it's the hardest thing you'll ever do. Got to realize that you can't do it. No matter what you try, no matter how hard you try it, you're always going to go back to the things you were doing. You got to recognize there is someone who can change things. And then believe he wants to help you. But not only wants to help you, will help you. And then get out of his way and let him. The hardest 3 steps of the entire steps of working recovery are the first 3. And the reality is you may have worked the first 3 in one area of your life and still stuck in multiple others because we think we have to do that piecemeal. And the reality is if we did it in the whole, our life would be so much better. Giving honor, or a proverb in the mouth of a fool is like a lame leg on a hanging limp. Wisdom and understanding spoken by a fool is no different than an addict who has cash in hand. An active addict, I should say. An active addict that has cash in hand. It's something that can be learned and overcome. But in the beginning, I haven't met an addict yet in the beginning of their recovery that can actually handle their own money. They get any money in their hands and they're afraid they're going to go back to what they were doing. It's too tempting. And so they find others to help them manage their finances while they get their life in order, because it's not just the drugs that is their problem. It's the way they've lived their life. It's the same with someone who has a gambling problem. It's the same with someone who has a drinking problem. It's the same with someone who has a sexual sin problem, whether it's hookers, pornography, masturbation, whatever. We all find ourselves in those places, don't we? Giving honor to a fool is like binding a stone in a sling. The sling with the stone is very useful for defense. But if you can't get the stone to fly out when you need it to, in the direction you need it to, it's useless. Just something to think about today. Where are you at in that walk? Are you ready to do step 1, 2, and 3 in the entirety of your life, or are you still allowing it to work piecemeal in your life? Like I said, it's easy, but it's the hardest thing you'll ever do. And it's worth it. Every single day, it's worth it. I keep working it. I don't think I've actually turned everything over to God, but I keep asking Him to reveal those things in me. Maybe it's my stubbornness. Maybe it's because it would be too overwhelming. I don't know the reason why I haven't done them all. But I'm willing to keep going, striving to live right one day at a time. I love y'all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.